To some people, working from home may sound like the best idea ever. It just sounds like a vacation, like just taking a vacation while you're getting paid. You feel like you can just be in your pajamas on your living room. You can just be moving from one place to another. If you get tired, you get that glass of juice and it sounds so rosy. Until you get started and you realize that you're not getting anything done. If this is something that you struggle with, you keep watching this video. So, the first thing I would advise you to do if you want to be productive is to create a routine. If you don't have a routine, you need to create one. And if you have a routine, you need to stick to it. You know, routines do not start when you wake up. Routines start the night before. Let's say you plan on waking up at 6 or 7. This is not possible if you sleep at 3. And even if you manage to wake up at that particular time, you'll be so fatigued and your energy will be drained, and then you just feel so down in the middle of the day, you won't even be able to continue. So create a routine. Know when you'll be going to sleep, know when you'll be waking up, and then when you wake up, what do you do? For example, for myself, I normally just wake up, say a prayer while I'm still in bed, and then I get up. If I have enough time, I can read a Bible verse and then get into meditation and affirmations. If I don't have, I'll stick with praying before I get up, and then I'll do a 5-minute meditation, and then for affirmations, I can even do that as I'm getting dressed or doing something. I just be speaking to myself, and you're like, Linda, you are this and this, or I am this and this. So create a routine. If you sleep at a particular time, you'll realize that when it gets to that time at night, you don't even need to struggle. You are very sleepy because your body is used to that. So create a routine, and you can break the routine, let's say on weekends when you don't need to wake up too early. But for the days that you want to be very productive, create a routine. The second tip that I would advise you to apply is to block time. Blocking time means that you set aside time to do a particular task. You can't say that I have the whole day to do this task. You know, the time that you have, that's how long it's going to take you to do that. Let's say you're pressed for time, you're given a job with a tight deadline, and you're told to deliver that job within 3 hours, you will. But if you're given the whole day, you will still take the whole day to do it. If you're given the whole week, you will take the whole week to do that job. So, you need to block time. For example, for myself, I normally give myself 1.5 hours to 2 hours. I sit down here and I say, for 1.5 hours or for 2 hours, I'm not going to get off this desk. So I'm going to do this, and then I take a break. And what is helpful with that is to make sure that you have everything you need while you're working. If I need to take water, I have my bottle of water right here. If I need to charge my laptop, I have my charger here, so that you minimize getting up, going to drink water, going to drink juice, I don't know, walking around, looking at the neighbors, so that when you block time, you say, I'm not going to get off this chair from 8 to 9 a.m. So after that, you realize that you get things done, and you say that between 8 and 9, this is what I'm going to do. So you block time, and then you do it. And then the third thing you can do is to take breaks. You can't just be working marathon, no matter how busy you are, because if you do that, you'll realize that you haven't even achieved anything. So you need to take breaks. For example, I do my time blocking. I work for 1.5 hours or 2 hours. I take a 10-minute or 15-minute break. So during that break, what I normally do is I engage in a physical activity, something that doesn't require me to think. Because when I'm seated here, I'm thinking a lot. So that might be, if I need to cook something real quick, I whip up something. If I need to just exercise, I just go and do some yoga. If I need to play with my baby, if I need to, not anything that can take your mind. Let me say you have some clothes to fold, and there are very few, something you can do within 10 to 15 minutes. You can do that. Sometimes I even just lie in the bed and I set an alarm, and I'm like, I'm going to rest for 10 to 15 minutes. Remember to set an alarm when you're doing that, because you'll realize that you're just lying there, you don't feel like you want to wake up and continue. Another thing you can do to make yourself productive is to tidy your place, tidy your workplace, okay? Where you're going to work, just tidy it so that things, I don't know, you just normally feel better when you're working in a clean space. So just do can do is to create a designated workspace. Not all of us have workrooms or study rooms. I don't. I've just created a section for work inside my bedroom. That's what you can do. If your bedroom is not big enough, you can go to the dining room, you can sit on the chair, particular place, or even you can go to your living room, sit in a particular space, or if you are working on your bed, sit in a particular space, such that whenever you sit in that place, your mind knows that it's time for work. Your mind registers that, so you're just able to work. Sometimes I sit on this chair too much to an extent that when I initially got it, I even used to sit here while watching movies. But right now, when I'm done with work, I'm like, I don't want to see this chair because I associate it with work. So have a designated workspace. Another thing I want to mention is that when you sit on your workspace too much and you feel like you're tired, it's okay, especially if you've done the heavy duty, call it heavy duty, the most demanding job. If you've done that, it's okay. You can just go somewhere, prop a pillow on your bed or on your chair and just do the remaining easy work while you're relaxed, okay? Another thing you can do is to turn off social media. Social media, even YouTube, which I love so much, can be such a huge distraction. You see a message that pops up on your screen and you're so excited. The next thing you know, you are responding to that message, and then another one comes in, and then the person starts engaging. It's a chat, or you get informed of something you didn't even know. Especially now during this, whatever is happening, someone can tell you, wow, there's a breaking news, there's a new law, there's something, you want to know more. So you're engaging them, you are Googling, you're getting on YouTube. Before you know it, the day is over. You haven't done anything. So you can turn off social media. What I normally do is just using my personal line, I just go offline, because for the office line, I cannot do that. But for my personal line, I just turn off the Wi-Fi and I just relax. So when I'm taking a break, I can check what's going on, if there's something I need to respond to. Even things like email, which appears so important, you can start answering emails. You realize you've done that for the next 3 hours. So if you're doing that and if you have a lot of that, you need to put that in your time block period. Because for example, if I see someone has commented on my YouTube video, I'm very excited. I'm like, what? I want to engage them. I'm like, so I've gotten this many likes on this video. It's normal. So if you can just put social media away. And then when you're working, you need to set priorities for the day. Now that you've said that you're going to work, maybe you've blocked 1 hour or 2 hours, what are you going to do within that 1 to 2 hours? So you need to set your priorities for the day. If not, you'll end up doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and realizing that you haven't gotten anything done. So what I've started doing right now is I write down like 6 important tasks. 3 are like the main tasks, the heavy ones, and then the other 3 are light tasks. So after that, I know these are what I'm going to focus on today. If I happen to get enough time to focus on other things, then it's okay. But if not, I've already done what I need to do. So when you're working too, another tip you can use is to figure out your most productive time. For example, for myself, my most productive time is morning, especially early morning. I normally say that what I can do between 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., I cannot even do the whole day. And it's funny because at that time my mind is sharp. I can work so much. So if you have especially the heavy task and we've already prioritized, you know, this is what I'm going to work on, then you get started, you do that on your most productive time, because that is where you need all your mental strength and energy. After that, you can do tasks that do not require such mental energy, okay? One thing that many people underestimate is the power of looking good or looking presentable when they're working from home. You might be surprised, but just taking the time to make yourself look good can help you feel so much better and ready to tackle the tasks at hand. I'm not saying that you do a full face beat every single day with the eyelashes and everything. Just something to make it look like at least you care about your appearance. You put an effort. If someone were to visit you suddenly, or if you are to suddenly have to run an errand, you won't feel uncomfortable. So when you look good, you will be ready, you will be more psyched to work. And even when it comes to dressing, I'm not saying that you should put on your suits, work suits, bring out your official suits. No, just something that makes you look presentable. The last thing you need to do is to eat. Most people who are working from home right now, they realize that they can go for long hours without eating. Eating is important, but now when you're in the house, it gives you the feeling that you're close to food, you're munching, you're taking some juice, you're taking something, you're taking water, but that's not food. You're taking snacks, you have some popcorn, some crisps here and there. That's not food. You need food, you need energy to be productive, and you can get that energy from food. So make sure you eat. You can even be eating during your breaks. You eat during your breaks, and this time you also spend time with your family while eating, while taking a break. You see what you've done there? You've done 3 things at the same time. So what happens is that you have the energy to continue, you've taken your break, and you've spent some time with your family. Ding ding! Win-win situations. Use these tips and make sure that you get things done. So before I go, like this video and subscribe. Subscribe, guys, subscribe. You can't be watching and you're not liking and you're not subscribing. Come on, what are you doing? Until next time, guys, be good to yourself. Bye.